Good morning. This morning we are making our way to downtown Savannah, Georgia, so we can take in this beautiful historic town. We're gonna get on a trolley and do the tourist thing, and then we're gonna make our way up to another national park today. So we hope you'll come along for another SqWatch Dog adventure.
Market down by the water.
So we're gonna do the Old Town Trolley Tour. It's a hop on, hop off trolley tour, and it should be kind of fun. It's a great way to get around town, I think, and kind of see some of the sights. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
We won't have to walk all over.
I know. And we'll get somebody telling us all about the sights, so that's good too.
Couple safety rules: no smoking or drink alcohol in the trolley.
Prohibition was big in Savannah in the 1920s. They've even got a prohibition museum, which I don't know we're gonna have time to go through today, but it's kind of funny. Oh, there's some moonshine in the back of this rig.
It's real.
Yeah. He's a moonshiner from the 20s. His buildings are all so old, like from the 1800s. It's just kind of cool. So we're gonna go to River Street right now. See what that's all about.
You want to stop and get something to eat?
Maybe. You really gotta watch your step on these cobblestone streets. You know? So everybody's getting ready for St. Patrick's Day. It's gonna be a party here in Savannah, Georgia. The second largest St. Patrick's Day celebration in the country. So they used to turn the river green, but they don't anymore because of environmentalists. But they do turn this fountain green for St. Patrick's Day, so that's kind of cool. This is the riverfront. It's beautiful. Some dolphins. They're gonna be having a party coming up. This is a loaded down ship heading out to sea. Destinations unknown. I guess this new Marriott used to be an old power plant. Was told to go check it out. Pretty cool, I guess. This is inside the Marriott. They got all sorts of shops, restaurants. And this is one of the stacks for the old power plant. And you can actually eat in here. That's kind of cool. This is cool. It's like a museum in here. Wow. Look at all of these bones and tusks. Wow. This is really cool inside here. And look at this big dinosaur made out of metal. They're getting ready for the day with some yummy barbecue.
You gotta get on it. They have dolphin tours.
Dolphin tours? We just saw a dolphin and we didn't even have to pay for a tour.
Yeah. Yes.
That's weird. We're gonna try this restaurant called Two Cracked Eggs and have some breakfast. Such a good breakfast, and they split it for us. I mean, this is huge, and these biscuits are massive. So I am so full. That was a big breakfast, and Brad and I split it. Good Lord. This is a pretty square. There used to be 24 historic town squares in Savannah, but now there's only 23. John Wesley, in 1791, was the founder of Methodism and a minister of the Church of England in Savannah. So this is the Market Square downtown. So there are remains of Major General Nathaniel Greene underneath this. Not sure who he was or what he did, but he must have been important.
General Greene was married to Mrs. Greene. They had 4 beautiful children.
They were all green.
They were all Greens. All this green here, y'all, just in time for our St. Patrick's Day celebration parade, right? But we love to dine the city green here, right? These green historical fountains, right? Left
Now
side.
back on the trolley.
She left the house to the Georgia Historical Society, and she stipulated that she wanted the house to be noted as an art museum. Also to our right is the Mercer House. Now this house was built for Hugh Mercer, great-grandfather of singer and songwriter Johnny Mercer. The house became famous as the book and the movie Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. The room on the far side of the house is where Jim Williams was accused of killing his young friend. I used to say that's where he killed his young friend, but they told me I couldn't say that. But I saw the movie. It was from this house that they bought the imaginary dog. The fence out front is a replica of the fence from Buckingham Palace.
They've got some cool old buildings here. Of St. John the Baptist, and it became a cathedral back in 1850. We're gonna go check out the inside of this place. It looks beautiful. Colonial Park. So the Colonial Park Cemetery was opened in 1750, and then it was closed against burials back in 1853. There's a lot of famous people from that time who were buried here, like governors and colonels and so on. J.C. Thompson died February 22nd of 1822. Catherine Moorcock is buried here. She died on February 15th, 1813 at the age of 69 and a month. This is the grave of James Wilde, who was shot through the heart in a duel with Captain Roswell P. Johnson. Robert Willis Flournoy died on the 12th of February in 1844 at the age of 41. This sidewalk's interesting. It's made out of oyster shells. Well, it's 2:45, so I think it's time that we hit the road, make our way to South Carolina, and find a place to hang out for the night. So that was a pretty cool stop in Savannah, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it was nice. Got some daytime action.
Yeah, I like the way we did the trolley, so it's kind of a good way to get around town and learn a little bit about the city. But now we're making our way to South Carolina. All we have to do is cross that bridge that we saw from the waterfront, and we'll be in South Carolina. Isn't that crazy?
We gotta cross the bridge if we come to it.
I think we're coming to it right now. We just crossed the South Carolina state line.
Low country.
There's the sign. Welcome to South Carolina. What a small little sign. That was a dinky little sign for South Carolina.
Yeah.
I guess they're not welcoming us like every other state.
Entry point or something.
One would think it would be one of their major ones coming out of Savannah.
Well, I don't think we're on 97 or whatever that is. But yeah. This is more like on the way to Charleston. No,
Yeah.
we're not going to Charleston.
They call this the Low Country. What makes this the Low Country, do you think?
That, I guess.
So I just read about it, and they said that the Low Country refers to an area down here, like in Georgia and South Carolina, that extends from the sand dunes and the salt marshes of the Atlantic Ocean up to Piedmont. And it's also a cultural referral too. So it's geographical and cultural. And it refers primarily to South Carolina, Georgia.
Now you gotta figure out what the Piedmont is.
Oh God, it's always something. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so I looked it up. The Piedmont is the middle region between the lowland and the mountains. The Piedmont would be there in between. We're starting to get a little bit higher. You're not in the low country anymore. But yet you're not in the mountains either. Does that work?
No, the mountains.
Hold on. Let me look up a mountain for you. Tonight we are staying at Santee State Park along Lake Marion in South Carolina. I think we got a good spot. So we're going on a little bike ride around the park. Check it all out, take it all in. It's a pretty nice park on a really pretty lake. There's sinkholes around this park. This is one. This is Marion Lake.
Yeah.
And it's really pretty.
What's out there? Are those trees? Looks like they're trees, aren't they?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I think they are trees. Yeah, it must be really shallow. So tonight we're barbecuing at the campsite, and Brad is making steelhead. Doesn't that look good? Well, there is a total lunar eclipse happening tonight, so we got up to catch it. And this is a total lunar eclipse. The moon is now blood red, which is pretty cool. Kind of a neat phenomenon to see while we're out in the middle of nowhere on a beautiful, clear night. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. We would totally appreciate it. In the meantime, happy trails.